do you guys see, or is there a chance, that Dante, Nero, or Virgil could actually end up being a playable character in this upcoming Street Fighter V? Or even, have you thought about the franchise being a part of a big budget motion picture movie? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, I mean, I just got big high hopes for this franchise. That's why I put it out there like that.
Yeah, that would be, I would love to see everything, every high hope that needs to happen. I really don't know though, because I'm not part of that team. What would be cool is if Dante from DMC would be in it as well. So I think it brings a lot to the game. But, these are a lot of hopes and dreams that I wish I don't have any authority to even mention about. I would get slapped behind heaven if I said anything.
Oh, wow. All right, cool.
People are untrue about it.
Now, I respect that. Now, you got to keep it real. This is HipHopGamer, man. You got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97. This is what it is.
I know you got to ask the question.
Yeah, you already know. So, now, my next thing is I'm very proud, actually, of what you guys was able to accomplish with the Unreal Engine 3 with this particular game. Very proud of that. Now, Unreal Engine 4 is here. I know Street Fighter is using Unreal Engine 4. I know there's a lot of games, like Unreal 4 right now is going crazy. What I wanted to ask is, I'm not sure what the future plans are and what you guys are working on, but is Unreal Engine 4 something that you guys are looking at for your next game, whatever that game may be?
Well, it's hard to say because there is no DMC with Ninja Theory currently announced, but as a studio I know that's what they're working with. So if Definitive Edition, if it proves to be the seller that we think it can be, that's more ammunition for me to take back. It's like, hey, this is a good idea. This continues to be a good idea. It's a great game. We should definitely, think about doing, so we can do it with Ninja Theory, so anything else that we can do. And in that case, it would probably be on Unreal 4.
Alright, cool. That makes sense.
You have to make sure that Definitive Edition, that if you really like it, you have to go out and check it out, because that really helps. That's basically, from as a producer, since I work a lot of the budget, that's how we know what our next. That helps me get another game off the ground and say, hey, look, this Definitive Edition did really well. That means DMC 2 by Ninja Theory has a good possibility.
Oh, wow. Now, from a business standpoint, right, as much as, dive into this as much as you possibly can, you know what I'm saying, as much as you can, because I think fans need to know this as well, because fans are if they don't get answers, they just make up shit, and then a whole bunch of bull be spread across the internet, and then things look bad. And in a social networking world, perception is reality, and I feel that gamers, work hard, we spend money, so there's certain things that we deserve to know, and there's certain things that we just won't be privileged to. So it has to be some sort of balance. So my thing is, when it comes to the business side, how much does a game need to sell to sort of guarantee that another game can be made, whether it's a sequel or just a brand new game? Like, can you kind of tie in like a general type of ratio on what a game needs to sell? Because me personally, I was always under the impression that if a game sells 1 million, then they in the clear. They could pretty much do whatever they want after that. So I'm not sure how it fully works with Capcom or just in the industry itself. But can you speak on that in terms of budget and profit and what needs to happen for the continuation of these games?
That's really hard to say because of different budget sizes and different scenarios and variables that go on. But I'll answer that one part. You said that the million seller. But let's talking about a small, Xbox Live arcade game or a PSN game. The days of the $1 million seller being a success are long gone. How much that is.
Wow. Okay. Now this is a question right here. I really wanted to ask you. What's the biggest challenge in game development with today's technology? What's the biggest challenge? Because I can imagine if I was you and you got this vision and there's so much you want to do, and then you may not realize it until the game is ready to ship, and you're like, damn, can we delay it? I want to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I understand how that could probably be. So what's the biggest challenge in today's game development environment that you guys experience, and what's some of the things that's just pure fun that you guys can play around with?
Well, it kind of goes back to what I mentioned as games are just really expensive to make. In Definitive Edition, you know, it's a fantastic game. I know you like the original one, and I know you're gonna love the new release because we watched your video review and they got a belt. So I know you're gonna love it. But you know, if you're keeping it real, it's not gonna sell. You know, GTA 5 units. It's just not a reality. So there's only so much you can do to it.
Right.
If Ninja Theory and us had, you know, as gamers and players had the authority to do whatever we want, we could do a whole bunch. But as you know, just facing the reality of what the project is, and what my job is to make sure that the game that you're going to play, Definitive Edition, is going to give you a lot of value for the gameplay, and with all the balance changes that we've done and all the extra new modes and difficulties, that's going to be of value to you as a player. So that's kind of the balance that we have to do, and it's the hardest thing as a developer is like, how can we make a product good without making it, I don't want to say too good, that's actually the wrong word, but without overspending on it.
Right. Makes sense. Now, what are your thoughts on mobile? You know what I'm saying? In terms of just the game industry now, mobile is so big, and you know, even browser games. Like, just what are your thoughts on these other platforms that's getting a lot of recognition in the gaming world, that's blowing up? And does Devil May Cry got a little, you know, future, or you know, little $2 download Devil May Cry game? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is there any kind of have those talks been in place?
You know, I think mobile is a great space, and browser games are a great space, but they're a specific niche that the games that they fill will not replace console gaming. And I think Devil May Cry, like a game like Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, would not really play good in the mobile space.
Understand.
If you get it to run right, it's just not a good game for it. So that's why I'm glad that you know, Definitive Edition is able to exist on PS4 and Xbox One, and basically you get the most out of it on those consoles. But those are definitely great platforms, and you know, I play a mobile game or two here and there, so I'm not going to deny that it's not a space for gaming, because it definitely is. But I think it has its place. It's kind of like a game that's good on the mobile phone isn't going to be great on the console, and the other way around. So.
Understand what you mean. Understand. Now, as a producer, right, there's a lot of upcoming gamers that's in college, you know what I'm saying, right now, trying to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? They want to meet you, they want to learn from you, they want to grow with you, all of that. I had an idea, and I wanted to share this with you guys. But I think that, you know, we're in 2015. I think that it would be amazing if, you know, not just Capcom games, not just Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, but just games in general. I think it would be truly amazing if there was like an idea box built within video games. And the moment you get to a certain part in a game, like if you're an inspiring game developer or something, the moment you get to a certain part in the game, and let's say that creator or developer had an idea or whatever, and if there's a way where, you know, like how on PlayStation 4 you hit the share button, or you know, with Xbox One you know, can go to an app or something like that, because they really great with those things, and have more of a reachability for guys like yourself from other people that enjoy your game. I think if there was an idea box built inside the game, or either the systems itself or something like that, where they can immediately send certain things to you guys. I know you'll get, you know, swamped, but I think it'd be incredible if that was the future of how these new innovators meet up with the veterans. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. It would require a lot of planning and thought to prevent from getting swamped. I think there are avenues of email and forums to kind of do that, although it's generally not. I worked at Capcom for a while, and as a general take ideas just because. Here's an example. Devil May Cry, the original Devil May Cry came out. I'm sure you heard how it started off as a Resident Evil development.
Yeah.
So Devil May Cry comes out, and then some guy sends an email saying, hey, I sent you an idea for that Resident Evil should be on a boat. And then I play Devil May Cry, and I see that there's a boat on one level for like 15 minutes. You guys stole my idea. And you know that absolutely didn't happen, but so that in that case, we kind of generally don't take ideas. But here's the secret about I'll tell you, man.
That's crazy.
Ideas are practically, I don't want to say worthless, but ideas are a dime a dozen. And it's not the idea that makes a good game, it's the team and the creativity to execute it.
Wow.
A good team and a good team can make a bad idea a very good game if they know what they're doing. Or not a bad idea, but can take a simple idea, or maybe can take something that does not sound like a great idea and make a good game out of it if they know what they're doing and they stand behind it. So, ideas are always great, but they don't. A great game they don't make. That kind of makes sense to you.
Wow, that is. I love you, man. Like, that was very well put. Like, nah, you don't understand what the way you said that. I never heard nobody talk like that, like, about it. This is very helpful. This is incredible. Like, thank you for that. Like, I got 2 more questions. I'm gonna let you go. This is amazing, man. I 2 more questions. I'm gonna let you go. Growing up, right? What was the first game you remember playing? Like the first ever game you remember playing, and how did you feel when you played it?
It's kind of showing my age here, but trying to think what exactly the first game is. I know it's probably not the first game, but the first thing coming to my mind is River Raid on the original Atari console.
Wow.
It was a very stressful game. It was a very hard game, even if I play it now. But I remember it had like these really cool old Atari sound effects when you're shooting things, and when you exploded, it was like the coolest thing I ever heard. So I used to really love playing River Raid. River
Raid. Now, I gotta go check this game out because I actually have Atari 2600, and I got roughly every game. Like, we can have another side conversation about all of that. But yeah, I have tons of stuff. So now for my last question, Devil May Cry is very to my heart. I remember the very first Devil May Cry when he was sitting down eating his pizza and the sword went through his body and all the other stuff. Like, I remember everything. Like, I love Devil May Cry. And then now playing Devil May Cry Definitive Edition to see where the series came from and where it's at today. And like I said, that level breakdown, the powers, even the look of him, like the look, it's crazy. So I love it all. But here's the final question. If there is another Devil May Cry, if you guys happen to announce Devil May Cry 5, Devil May Cry whatever, if you happen to announce that and do that, and it's on PS4 and Xbox One, from your experience working with PS4 and Xbox One, just with the Definitive Edition alone, and things that you've discovered, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? What's some of the things you guys will be able to do if you guys announce a Devil May Cry 5 for the PS4 and Xbox One? What would fans be able to expect from something like that with that type of power?
So, before I go on, you say you remember Devil May Cry 1 and how made you feel? Great. Well, it's really good to hear. I've been at Capcom for a long time. I was here when the first Devil May Cry came out. I remember the first time I launched someone and I shot him in the air. That blew my mind. That whole scene became what defined Devil May Cry 1 because it elevated combat to a level that was never in any other video game.
Absolutely.
The edition really does close that tradition in the same sense. So even though it's maybe a different setting, the actual combat is there. So it's unabashedly Devil May Cry in what Devil May Cry is to be, and does that correct attitude. Now, as far as the new Devil May Cry, you can't get anything about me about that, but I will say that if it was up to me and if I was the guy making it, I'd probably just move it forward in the years. I would make a Devil May Cry that takes place after, let's get Dante in his late 40s, and it's just, let's in 50s. Let's get the Indiana Jones kind of adventure. The guy who's a bit older and wiser and calmer. And let's see how he acts then. Like you get the old Vegas cop that he still has a bunch of one-liners, but he doesn't talk and he's not as brash as much as he used to be. I think a Dante in that kind of respect would be pretty cool.
And also the combat would be much more mature. So in terms of the way he do it, in the yo, who are you, son? This is crazy. Oh my God.
Maybe you'll see more form out of him instead of wild swings, who knows?
Yo, that's amazing, man. It's
very interesting concept of like how you express maturity and age through stylish combat.
Wow. Yo, I mean, you know what? I see why you're hired. I see why you work there. Cause real talk, man. Like the way you come up with shit, or like just off the fly, lets me know your level of passion. It's like you're so in tune with the culture of gaming, being a gamer first, and taking all of that energy and that love and putting it in a platform so people like me can just sit back at home and enjoy. I love you for that. Yo, you my brother. God bless you, and I truly thank you.
I'm feeding off your energy and passion too. I'm a gamer and I like talking about games. I like talking to people about games. So it's real fun for me too, man.
Yeah, this is amazing, man. So look, I can't wait to see you at E3. Stephanie, sweetheart, love you to death. Thank you so much for helping me put this together. This will definitely be on Hot 97, #1 radio station for hip hop and R&B, and soon to be gaming. Stay tuned for some big things going on. Ray, you're amazing, and thank you so much for your time. I'm about to let you guys go. Any shout outs you want to make to the team or to your family, friends, whoever, let us know.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to the guys over in London, Ninja City, and everybody at Capcom, and all the guys that are playing our games. We love you, and you guys are keeping me employed.
All right, cool, y'all. I respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for a great interview. All right, y'all be good.
All right, man.
All right, peace.